I'm Warren Kimmel, and I'm at the toy market in Nairobi, Kenya. Jacqueline is showing me one of the Acumen Fund's local investments, the Jamii Bora Microfinance Organization.
My name is Andrew Tieno. I joined Jamii Bora in the year 2001. Thereafter, I was elected chairman, representing all members from Jamii Bora in Kibera slum.
Andrew is the Jamii Bora representative for this whole area. Just the kind of mild-mannered, organized manager you'd want in that position. Looking at him sitting here in this tiny office, I never could have imagined what Andrew has been through and what Jamii Bora has achieved.
Under fire in the slums of Nairobi, opposition supporters risking their lives at a banned protest.
Kenya's urban slums have grown dramatically worse. The Red Cross estimates around 100 people have died in the last 2 days, many of them set upon by machete-wielding gangs.
Houses have been burned down. It is a scene of real chaos.
In 2008, the Kenyan election results seemed to be rigged. And suddenly, out of nowhere, the people just erupted in anger. It was a bloodbath. The entire market we've just been walking through was completely burned to the ground, and hundreds of people were hacked to death. It was chaos.
The toy market was smoldering.
Okay.
And literally wiped out. I mean, look at that and then imagine
Nothing.
And the hooligans were starting to come back to take over land and extort. You know, dare the people who owned the stalls before to try to come back.
resist this, okay.
So many of their members were right here next door, which is why they put the Kibera branch here.
Right.
So when suddenly it was gone, 70,000 of their members lost their businesses.
Members who had loans out
Members who had loans
with
out
Jamii
from
Bora.
Jamii Bora.
Right, right. That's almost the
That's
whole
the heart
portfolio.
of a significant part of their portfolio.
Yeah.
So Jamii Bora had to find a way to relent.
In the face of this unbelievable violence, all the charities and all the NGOs just left. But to Jamii Bora and its members, this market was their livelihood. They had to stay and find a way to rebuild, even if that meant facing down hundreds of angry men armed with machetes.
Andrew had to make a very, very courageous, controversial decision as to how you would bring peace.
At this point, Jacqueline suggested we go and meet the guys who torched the market and led the killing of all those people. Now, I have to be honest, I'm here to be surprised and to see things I haven't seen, but I don't know if I'm ready to meet two cold-blooded killers on some rooftop in Africa.
This thing, it happens during post-election violence. There is where we ban the whole of toy market. We too.
All this area around here
where
we're standing.
We were over 213 youths. And from there, John was the general and I was the assistant general by then. After this tribe, everything within Kibera along the road is where Andrew came.
The first person I met was one of the hooligans. I met the guy outside here. He came to me, approached me. He came with 2 machetes.
Believe me, the first day that I met Andrew, I was carrying 2 machetes with me. I was almost going to kill him. And
What stopped you?
No, he told me.
Do you know what you are talking about? I'm a leader in this community and you can't kill me.
So I wondered, who
is this guy?
powerful this man is.
Just to stand there.
This kind of thing that you are doing, mugging people, beating people, it is not a right idea. I'm from a microfinance called Jamii Bora, and these people wanted to help you.
Any normal human being would run away, and he interacts, he listens, he deals with them on their terms, and then ultimately brings them to his terms. So that story, which is, for me, is one of the most heroic stories, because they could have just killed you.
I think the trust came during the time he wanted to bring food to us. We accepted and help him to give out food.
To distribute.
Yeah. And from there, he never gave up.
These were guys with no food, no jobs, and no hope. And somehow, mild-mannered Dr. Andrew convinces them to give back the land they've taken and join Jamii Bora to help rebuild the market they've just torched.
So building the market fast enough, using local people in a way that would allow people to get their jobs back was really what Jamii Bora was all about.
Right.
So all of this is exactly at the heart of what they do.
And you are now business owners in the market?
Yeah, it was not just a story, it was the real thing. By that time I never knew even how to do business, and from there I accepted change. They rebuild the old market and later on give us more loans, and from there is where we start business.
Jamii Bora has given you loans.
Yeah.
You started the business.
Yeah.
You're making enough money to support your family.
Yeah.
Running these businesses.
Yeah.
Live about only our
Not
family.
only a family.
You employ people also.
More than that.
It is now more than employing people. It's now more than helping people.
It was amazing to see right from the very worst to the very best. These guys had destroyed that market, burned it to the ground, killed everyone they could find, and within 2 years, through a lot of hard work and a lot of wonderful people, we have to admit that, but really through a system, they had transformed this, rebuilt the market, incorporated those people into a part of the solution, and these guys were now family men running a business.
It is like a miracle, because you can see sort of stitches on my hand. Fight. And now I can talk to you. I can walk during daytime. So it is something.
And you like?
It's too easy to call it a microfinance organization. If there were ever a community development organization that is for the people, by the people, it's Jamii Bora.
This would be it.
When I worked on the eco toilet, the idea was more of a story of transformation than a toilet.